Cold open, I woke up this morning like an overwatered plant. Sneezes that wouldn't stop, my head full of cotton, and the whole day ahead of me. I tried a couple of kitchen things I had on hand, and to my surprise, one tiny trick cleared my nose enough that I could breathe while I made coffee. That small win is what turned into today's episode, because if one little thing helps you get out the door, that matters. Welcome back to Earthy Remedy. I'm Sam Nang, your host. Today, we're making a practical, safety-first allergy toolkit. 3 demos you can actually try at home, plus a 7-day pollen mitigation challenge you can do with us. We'll have a printable checklist and a guided nasal rinse audio for anyone who wants step-by-step support.
I'm Fiona. We'll bring science and safety into the conversation. What helps, what doesn't, and when to see an allergist. We also invited an allergist, Dr. Maya Patel, and herbalist Lena Ocampo to make sure this toolkit is evidence-aware and practical.
Okay, quick roadmap. First, I'll share the 7-day pollen mitigation challenge and how to log symptoms if you want to try along. Then Fiona will explain what's actually happening in our bodies with histamine and inflammation. After that, Dr. Maya will give the clinical perspective and safety red flags. Lena will bring plant wisdom and substitutions, and then we'll run 3 demos, a saline rinse, a calming steam and herbal infusion, and a short anti-inflammatory kitchen bowl or smoothie you can make in 10 minutes. We'll finish with how to run the challenge and where to get the PDF and guided audio. The 7-day pollen mitigation challenge. I want to make this simple and optional. 7 days of small, measurable actions so listeners can test what helps them. You don't need to change everything. Just pick a few steps and note how you feel. Here's the short checklist we're suggesting. Day by day, do these actions each morning. Check the local pollen forecast. Change or wash pillowcases if needed. Rinse your nostrils with saline once a day. Take a quick shower after being outside if possible. And try either the steam infusion or the anti-inflammatory bowl at least 3 times during the week. Each evening, record 3 things: symptom severity, 0 to 5, sleep quality, and energy during the day. That's it. Simple, trackable.
From an accessibility perspective, we made several options. If you can't do a nasal rinse, you can increase humidification or use a steam inhalation option. If you're on limited mobility, logging can be a voice note or a simple yes-no symptom check. And everything we mention will be in the Allergy Toolkit PDF with large print checkboxes and the guided nasal rinse audio available separately. Segment 2. Immune Basics. Let's break down histamine and inflammation simply. When pollen lands on our nasal lining, immune cells recognize it and release histamine and other chemicals. That causes blood vessels to dilate, mucus production to increase, and nerve endings to fire, resulting in itch, sneeze, runny nose, and congestion. What home care can realistically change are symptoms at the surface: mucus viscosity, nasal irritation, and local inflammation. But it won't reset underlying allergy sensitivity overnight. The evidence shows that saline irrigation can mechanically remove irritants and reduce symptoms, and that controlling inflammation through gentle dietary choices, sleep, and targeted herbs can reduce symptom intensity. Bioavailability matters, so if we recommend an herb or food, we'll explain how to use it for effect, rather than as a cure-all.
Great. Now the clinical perspective. Dr. Maya, thank you for joining us. Can you tell listeners the red flags that mean these home practices aren't enough and they should seek urgent care?
Thanks, Sam Nang and Fiona. First, thank you for framing this as adjunctive care. The most important red flags are signs of airway compromise: difficulty breathing, audible wheeze, tightness in the chest not relieved by usual inhalers, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat, or any sudden drop in mental status. Those require immediate emergency care. Other reasons to see an allergist promptly include symptoms that prevent daily functioning despite over-the-counter meds, recurrent sinus infections, or if someone is considering starting or stopping prescription medications. Regarding medications, home practices can be helpful on top of safe medication use. Antihistamines and intranasal corticosteroids remain first line for many people. If you're pregnant, immunocompromised, or on blood thinners, check with your clinician before starting new herbs or supplements. We'll link 3 plain language sources in the show notes: evidence summaries for saline irrigation safety, Allergy Society guidelines for intranasal steroids, and a pregnancy-safe medication guide.
Thank you. That's so clear and important. We'll repeat those red flags later in the episode. Lena, can you join us now and share a bit about plant wisdom? What herbs people often ask about and how to approach them safely?
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. Common plants people ask about for allergies include elderflower for cooling and lymphatic support, stinging nettle as a natural antihistamine-like herbal option, and lemon balm for calming. These have traditional uses and some supportive data, but they're not risk-free. If you take blood pressure meds, blood thinners, or have estrogen-sensitive conditions, some herbs can interact. I always recommend a patch test for topical uses and a small trial dose when ingesting new herbs. If you are allergic to a plant family, like Asteraceae, you should avoid related herbs. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, many herbs are fine in food amounts, but concentrated extracts should be cleared with a clinician. In the show notes, we'll offer safe substitutions and note which herbs to avoid or use cautiously.
Segment 5, Demo A, Saline Nasal Rinse. This is the one that changed my morning. We'll give step-by-step instructions and also a guided audio version so you can follow along hands-free. Important safety note before we start. Always use distilled, sterile, or previously boiled and cooled water for nasal irrigation. Do not use tap water straight from the faucet. Step 1. Boil 1 cup, 240 milliliters of water and let it cool to warm. You want it comfortably warm, not hot. If you're using distilled or sterile water, it's ready to mix. Step 2. Measure 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of non-iodized salt and a pinch of baking soda into the water and stir until dissolved. We prefer non-iodized salt to avoid additives. If you have a pre-made saline packet, follow the packet instructions. Step 3. Use your device, neti pot, squeeze bottle, or bulb syringe. Lean over a sink, turn your head slightly to one side, and gently pour or squeeze the saline so it flows through the upper nostril and out the lower nostril. Breathe through your mouth. Repeat on the other side. Expect a brief sensation of clearing and warm saline passing through.
I'll add 2 clinical tips. 1. Don't force the saline if you feel pain. Stop and reassess. 2. Clean your device after each use with boiling or soap and hot water and let it fully dry. If you have chronic ear pain, recent ear surgery, or a severely deviated septum, check with a clinician before starting irrigation.
And remember, this is mechanical removal of irritants. The data suggests regular rinsing can reduce symptom scores for many people. We'll link the Saline Safety Guide and a patient-facing evidence review in the notes.
If you'd like to do this now, pause and follow our downloadable guided nasal rinse audio. It walks you through timing and sensory cues so you don't need to watch a screen while doing it. Segment 6, Demo B, Calming Steam and Herbal Infusion. Lena, would you walk us through a safe, pregnancy-aware version and a stronger version for others?
Absolutely. For a simple calming steam, heat 2 cups of water until steaming in a small pot. Remove from heat and add 1 teaspoon dried chamomile or 1 chamomile tea bag and 1/2 teaspoon dried lemon balm. If you prefer fresh, use a small handful of fresh herbs. Lean over the pot with a towel draped over your head and inhale gently for 5 to 10 minutes. Take breaks if it feels too hot. For pregnancy or sensitivity, skip concentrated herb use and rely on plain steam or just a slice of lemon in the water for a citrus scent. If someone has asthma, take extra caution. Steam can sometimes trigger bronchospasm. Always start slow and step away if breathing tightens.
From a scientific lens, the steam provides immediate symptomatic relief by loosening mucus and soothing irritated airways. Adding gentle anti-inflammatory herbs like chamomile or lemon balm may help with calming, but high-quality evidence for inhaled herbs is limited, so keep concentrations mild and avoid essential oils if you have respiratory sensitivity.
Segment 7, Demo C, Anti-Inflammatory Kitchen Bowl or Smoothie. I love recipes that are edible medicine. I'll read ingredients slowly, listen and pause to jot them down. Ingredient list for the bowl version: 1 cup cooked oats or quinoa, 1/2 cup plain yogurt or a plant yogurt for dairy-free, 1 small apple grated, 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed, 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper to increase turmeric absorption, 1 teaspoon raw honey or maple syrup, and a sprinkle of toasted walnuts for crunch and omega-3s.
If you want the smoothie version, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk or water, 1 frozen banana for creaminess, 1 cup fresh spinach, ½ teaspoon turmeric, 1 tablespoon ground flax or chia, 1 teaspoon grated ginger, and 1 tablespoon nut butter for satiety. Blend until smooth.
Nutritionally speaking, we're focusing on anti-inflammatory elements, omega-3s from walnuts or flaxseed, turmeric and ginger for polyphenol-rich compounds, and fiber from whole grains and fruit to support gut health. That combination can modestly reduce inflammatory markers over time when used alongside other healthy habits.
Budget substitutions. Swap frozen banana for any frozen fruit. Use canned pumpkin in place of oats for a thicker bowl. And swap flaxseed for sesame or sunflower butter if you have allergies. For nut-free diets, use pumpkin seeds for crunch. Small changes keep this accessible.
We'll note allergen swaps in the show notes and the PDF. And quick note on turmeric, the pinch of black pepper increases bioavailability. Tiny amounts are fine for most people, but if you're on blood thinners, check with your clinician before using turmeric routinely.
Segment 8, How to Run the 7-Day Challenge and What to Measure. Here's a simple example log entry. Day 1 morning. Symptom score 3 of 5. Slept 6.5 hours. Restorative rating 3 of 5. Daytime energy 4 of 5. Interventions used: saline rinse in morning, steam in evening, anti-inflammatory bowl for lunch. Note any medication changes or exposures like mowing the lawn, dog time, or travel. At the end of 7 days, compare average symptom scores and sleep quality. This is observational. It's a short test to see what helps you feel better day to day.
You can share your logs with us. We'll take voice notes and written submissions via @EarthyRemedy on Instagram. When you send a log, include your local pollen level and any medications you used so we can contextualize results. Remember, this is optional and not a diagnostic test.
Safety wrap. A few final clinical notes. 1. Repeat the red flags: difficulty breathing, throat swelling, severe or rapidly worsening symptoms, or signs of infection like fever and severe facial pain. 2. Herb-drug interactions. Nettle or other herbs can affect blood sugar or blood pressure in some people. If you're on medications for those conditions, consult your clinician or pharmacist. 3. Nasal irrigation contraindications. Recent ear surgery, severe nosebleeds, or certain cranial base issues. Check before starting.
We included 3 plain language references in the show notes: an Allergy Society guideline for medical red flags, a patient guide to nasal irrigation safety, and a review of herbal options and their known interactions. We'll also provide the printable Allergy Toolkit PDF with the symptom log, safety checklist, and links to consult a clinician.
One last herbal safety reminder. Do a small patch test if you plan to use topical herbal salves or inhalations, and start with food-level amounts for internal herbs until you know how you tolerate them. If you have plant allergies, run choices by a local herbalist or clinician.
Reflection and encouragement. I know allergies can feel limiting. This toolkit is about small, doable steps that give you options and agency. Start small, track one change, and notice how you feel. If something helps, keep it. If it doesn't, you've learned useful data about your body.
Summing up the key takeaways, saline irrigation is a low-risk, evidence-supported tool if done with safe water. Steam and mild herbs can provide symptomatic relief for many people, and an anti-inflammatory food approach can support overall resilience. Check with your clinician for red flags and if you're on medications or pregnant.
Outro and step-by-step guided nasal rinse audio, the printable Allergy Toolkit PDF, the symptom log, and all our sources, head to our show notes or tag us @EarthyRemedy on Instagram. Try the 7-day challenge with us. Send a voice note about your experience or DM a photo of your bowl or smoothie. We love hearing your small wins. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference. Thanks to Dr. Maya Patel and Lena Ocampo for joining us. And thank you for trying practical, safe, nature-forward steps. You've got this.